Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome you all for the 5 days faculty development program on the topic of problem solving and achievement in the Python programming, organized by Sri Narayana Institute of Technology, Adur, Kerala, in collaboration with Pencil Bits. I take this time to, it's my immense pleasure to introduce our extensive speaker, Mr. M. Suganya ma'am, sorry, Ms. M. Suganya ma'am of the Faculty Development Program. Ms. M. Suganya ma'am has a highly uh, accomplished professional and know her extensive and dedication in the field of education and technology and management. With the wealth of knowledge and extensive experience in her specific area, she had made significant contributions. She holds her degree and certifications, and her work has been widely recognized for the innovations and impact. Ms. Suganya ma'am has been conducted in numerous workshops, seminar, and training sections, and empowerment educations and professional to excel in her professional domain. Today, we have a privilege to share her insight on the topic of specialized in the Python with the promise of engaging and enrich experience all of us. Let us warm welcome our Ms. Suganya D, who has looked forward to gain a valuable knowledge and inspire with her sessions. Welcome you, ma'am. Suganya, ma'am.
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, ma'am, it is audible. Ma'am. Ma'am, it is audible, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I can able to see your slide, ma'am.
Good morning, all. The last classes we have study about basic concepts of Python. Today we are going to see about file handling here. So file handling here, the file is like with a collection of data which is stored on a secondary storage space like orders here. So the Python will support two types of files here. The one will be a text file, another will be a binary files. So here text file is nothing but a stream of characters that can be sequentially processed by a computer in a forward direction. So here the text file is spoken only for reading, writing, about those operations at any given time here. Each line of data here ends with a new line of character. So binary files in which we support any type of data here encoded in a binary form. This will include documents, PDF, images, spreadsheets, videos, files, and all executable programs. That is Python programs. All executable Python it comes under a binary files here. So in this first we are going to see some functions, opening and closing functions here. So it's a built-in functions. It will return some file objects here. So open functions, the syntax for open function will be file object is equal to open. We need to give a file name with an extension here, and we need to give access name for this one. So this file object is used for all operations here. Once we are opening in any mode, so that will be used for all the operations here. So this file handling is different from a file here. So if we use a file handler file project, we act as like a remote control here. For example, if we are taking in a TV, we are going to change the channel to the remote side. The same way, here we have a file. The file will be operated based on the file using the file objects here. So the file will act as a remote control for your file here. So if you are opening the file, you need to close the file here using a close function so that we can do file object dot close here. Okay. So this close will freeze up any system resources here. So if after closing the any file, if you're going to attempt to any attempt to use a file object, result in an error here. But also Python has a garbage collector to clean up unreferenced object. still it's our responsibility to close our files, right? So that we can reduce resource consumption, so we can reduce the resources consumed by this. So here we can do different file modes. The default mode will be a read mode. Okay. So these are some different modes here available in file handling. So if we have given him any access mode, only if you open with a file then dot text here, it will defaultly open in a read mode. Here we have read mode will be represented as a R, and write mode will be represented as a W, and append mode will be represented as a A here, and binary mode will be represented as a B here. Okay. So read mode, so the file pointer is placed at the beginning of the file here. It will open a file, already available file with the content in a read mode, so that we can able to read the content from the file after opening in a read mode here. So write mode will, if file does not exist, it will create a new file for write. If we have already exist some file with the data, it will overwritten the particular file here. Okay. If you are using append mode, see the file pointer will if a file is already exist, it will file pointer will be in the at end of the file here. So that so already we have some content. So with that content, we are going to extend some content using append mode here. Okay. So if the file does not exist, the new file is created and it will be append here. So B is meant for a binary mode here. So it will open in a binary file here. So these files also we can use in the combinations of binary mode. So we can see this RD mode, WB mode, and IID mode here. Okay. So here plus will be used to combine the both read and write operations here. So this will be used with the write mode. If you are using with read mode R plus, so this will read or open a file in read mode, and you can also able to write here. Same way, if you are open with the W plus, you can open the file with the write mode, and also it's able to read also. So if you are open with the A plus means it will open in append mode, but also you can able to read the file. Same way here RP plus also will able to can read and write, and WB also you can read and write binary files, and AB plus also you can append and read the binary files. So these are the modes available in our file handling. So once we open the file in a read mode, okay, so we have some read functions, built-in functions to read the particular content in that particular file. Okay, so first will be a read function. So this read function will be read the entire content from the file, and we can able to use it either we can display or can use it for any other purpose. So read second function will be a read line here. This read line will be read only single line at a time. Okay. We are giving, for example, here I just giving file open, this file name from a read mode. So if our that read means it will read the entire content in the file. If I give some variables, just passing some seeding some data here. So 10 means it will read first 10 characters. Okay, so first 10 characters will be added. So here space also included with this one. Okay, so only first 10 characters will be read in this file, passing the number here, parameter here. If I'm using file object f dot read line, it will read if I have a 10 lines of code, 10 lines of lines in our file, only first line will be read here. If I am giving the second time also read line, so first read line will read the first line, second read line will be the second line. Okay, so like that it will read here. So another function will be read lines. So these read lines will read the entire content and give a result as a list function. So for same as we have also write function here. So write function, so write will write the content. So straightly you can pass the string to string here, or we can save some same string in a variable, and we can pass that particular variable to the parameter of the write function here. Okay. So in write here, write line is not available, only write lines are available. Write lines it will take the list as a input here. Here, for example, I giving L is equal to S1, S2, etc. Okay. So this list will be passes to the parameter for write lines. So using this line, the content in the list will be written in the open the file here. Okay. So these are the reading and writing files here. So if we open the files in append mode, so it will open append mode. We are going to use the write function to append the data here. So with function, so with statement will be simplifies as a file handling here. So this will If statement simplifies the file handling by automatically closing file once the block is exited here. So here we are using a file open alone. So we need to compulsorily need to do the close functions here so that the resources will be uh, we can release the resources here. So but if we are using a with function here, so there is no need to close the particular file. So once we exit the with statement, automatically closing the files. Okay. So it also prevents some resource leakages. That is, resource leakages, enhancing code reliability and maintainability will be provided by this with statement here. So the syntax for with will be a with open file name, and then we are going to give access name as file object here. So file object name is here I give is a file colon. So within that, what are the content we need to give here will be given here. Okay. So some of the splitting works is one of the functions we can use to here. It will allow us to read lines from a file and also split the lines based on the character here. So default will be a space here. If we want to use to split the particular word using some other punctuations, we can also give here. Here I just give the syntax for this one. So this with open file name I just give open file name some access mode as file, and LSA could be adjusted. I'm just using a read line. I'm going to read the file and will save it in the L. So that particular L will be used. If I'm calling a L dot split function here. So I'm calling the split function here. Whenever a word can encounter the space, it will split the particular word and save it in a W here. If I want to give, so if I have a, for example, for pass some list of data, it will have some commas after a word, right? So if I want to split after a comma here, so I'm going to we need to give here within the parenthesis, within the double quotation, I need to give comma. So each word after comma will be separated as a separate word here. Okay. So this will be used to split the words here. So before going to source format specifier, we can see some examples for how to open a file here. Are you able to see the Python interpreters? Yeah, just I am going to open a file folder. I have just to save some text document here. Yes. That I just write some content here. I just save it and work here in a test file. Okay. In the sample file, I put to open the sample test file. So I just write in here f is equal to open. So here I just text file with me test.txt, comma. I'm going to open in a read mode. That also I need to keep it in a I'm going to print. Dot data. Save here. So the content is read and printed in the display. So already I just doing a test file. I'm just giving you a file as a collection of so typing mistake. The data stored under a secondary device, right? So I'm just here. I'm going to f equal to open test.txt. And I just open it in the diary and I'm just printing that particular using a read statement here. Okay. If I'm going to give some 6 characters here, okay, I'm just saving here. It's only first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. First, this 6 will be displayed here. Okay, including spaces will be included here. So here I'm just reading some 2 or 3 lines. Okay. And I'm going to print. Yeah. Dot read line. This call this function. Say just the model here. Okay. This is first one I just did here. I'm reading a 6 characters, so 5, 6 here. Okay. So after that, is from this after this character, the final point quarter is after in I. So it will read the particular line along here. Okay. If I'm not giving this one, the whole line will be okay. So here the file pointer will comes in the after I. Okay. So file pointer will be here. So that in the next line I'm going to read a line. So from the file pointer where it will be available. So from the current position, it will start reading that particular line. If I'm going to do the next line, same between date line, the first 2 lines will be printed here. So your first 2 lines will be printed here. So if we are going to do a read lines, so here it will give it in a next list. Okay, in a list it will give first line, okay, comma, second line, comma, third line. Okay. So if we are given the result in a list here. So read lines will give a result of the content in a list of here. If you are going to write, same way if you are going to write here. One. I'm going to open it right more. Okay. I'm going to use right statement here. Then I'm going to read it right. Okay. Save and run it. Here I'm going to get this one is open. The same way we can also pass the list of data here. And just open the file in a write mode, and also I'm going to write a particular content using the passing the value here. Okay. In print statement, I'm going to do data return. So data return to the particular file is given here. So we can also open the files using the keyboard here. Okay. That was lastly. This time so you open a file. File name is here with here test dot txt. In the double quotation we need to do here. Read plus I just open here in the read plus more and find here. And after that, we need to go colon here. So from this, I'm going to using a loop. I'm going to read the particular file here. Okay. Time to split the bodies. We can see the splitting words here. So, okay. Line is equal to 5, maybe 5 here, dot, the read. Here we are going to give a words equal to line dot split here. So after that, we are going to bring words here. So here the file is open with command here, open the file here. So file over after open, I'm just here. After open the file, file is the file object file here. So after that, I'm using the file object, I'm just read the particular file and save the particular line here. We use a line, some similar line. So that particular line is splitted here. So the words will be splitted and say it in a word here. So after that, the splitting words will be printed here. Okay. So our file is a collection, okay, of data stored on secondary text file, binary file. So those words are splitted and displayed here. If I want to give a count of this one, just give a len command. Okay. So the count number of words here will be, we are going to use a len command, so the number of words will be and fine. So number of words in the particular file will be a 15 here. Okay. If you want, you can split the words using comma also. If you are giving it extra line, okay, just a list of comments we are going to do, we can using the comma also using things with the files here. The next one will be a format specifier. So here we use it to control the appearance of output values in a Python shell. Okay. So the refer to with this format specifier we use to do a control for the appearance of output values. Here we can use like a in the double quotation we can do a specifier, okay, then dot format value, or we can use here is a double quotation value colon specifier, or we can use a string. Okay, we can type and then in that we can give a percentage d, and we can after that we can give a percentage d and the variable in where the value is stored here. If we are using percentage d, the percentage d is for decimal integer, and s is for string formatter, and then c is for a character here. The percentage f is used for a floating point real numbers. Okay. The next will be a command line arguments. So this command line arguments will be used to pass input from the command line to your program when they started to execute here. Okay. So these command line arguments will be handled command line using the sys module here. So handling command line arguments with Python needs sys module here. And also we have a variable called argv. So argv is the variable where we can get the input from a command line to the Python program here. So argv will be used to access the command line arguments. If the list starts with 0, here the arguments starts with 0. So 0, the argv of 0 will represent the file name where it is stored. So and the argv of 1 will provide the access to the first input. So same if we have more than inputs, we can use the argv of 2, argv of 3. Okay. So here with the compulsory we need to go import as a module. So using this because all the functions which are various constants all to get a content from a command line to a Python and Python interpreter. From the Python interpreter command line will be stored in a sysmodules. Okay. So we are here from the command line, we are going to run the particular program. So and passes the variables from the command line. So those values are accessed and processed in the Python program, and the result will be then sent back to a command line program. So the result also printed in the command line here. Okay. Here we can see some example program here. First, we can see formats there. Here, just from the variable in name is equal to sugar. Here, I just save a string sugar in a variable name and age is like 34.472 and G is equal to 3 here. Okay. So the format of format specifier, so you want to you pass a particular value in between the statement in a print statement. We can use the format specifier. For this, we can use it here. Okay. Within the double quotation, we can type what are the strings variables and the values. Values are stored in some variable identifier your name here. So that will be given in a curly braces here. Okay. And then we can need to close here. So here I'm just giving my name is in the curly braces. I'm just passing the variable name which I save here is name, and my husband ages here and curly braces I just pass here is a, for example, it's a okay. So here 35 is passed here. The same way, so we can also give it as a using percentage here. So my name is percentage here. So here the string will be passed. My age is a percentage D. So after for closing the quotations, we can use a percentage of the value to store that particular value. So first will be string here. The first value will be here stored in name and comma. The second value will be stored in age here. Okay. So the order in which we are giving value here, format specifier formatter will be this is you the same order we need to take the value here. The same way we can also other formats will be within the double quotation with the curly braces colon. We need to give a specifier here. D is the same way D is denoted by a decimal integer here, and F is for a floating point here. So here colon D, I'm just giving up close the quotation, then dot operator, give a format. Okay. So calling a format function within that we need to pass a variable where I store the particular value here. Okay. So if I'm using a point to here, so after decimal points, only two values will be saved. So here I'm just giving it 34.4672. So here the output will be 34.46. Same way here I just passing its age as a percentage D, but I'm giving here as a float number, right? But the only 34 will be integer part will be displayed here. If I'm giving a E, so it will give an exponent. So it will change that into exponents and give an exponent value here. So if I'm using greater than 10, so these will give us space. Okay. So how much space we are going to give it for this one. So if I'm going to, this is one way. So another way of giving is a here, but the double quotation. Okay. Within the curly braces, we can give G colon D. Okay. So G is the variable name. Okay. Where we store the values here. Colon, and then D will be the specifier here. So D indicate the integer number. Like this here, I'm just giving age colon 2 year. So these are the formats which consider. So first format will be a year, then double quotation. So in that in between where I need to pass a value here. So in that place, I need to give a curly braces. Within the curly braces, I need to pass the variable name where the particular value is stored here. So second format will be a double quotation. So where I need to pass the value, I need to give a specifier here. So percentage years, and then At last, I need to give, after double quotation, post the double quotation, I need to give a percentage and need to pass the variable name where the value is stored. The third format will be in the double quotation. So within the curly braces, we need to give colon and then specify here to D with specify a integer here. And after the quotation over, we have to do a dot operator and to call a format function. In the format function, I am used to pass a parameter. Here the variable where the value is stored here. So the next format will be here. I'm going to give a here. So double quotation. In the bracket, I'm just giving here the variable name where I go and store the particular values and then colon and the specifier here. Okay. So I'm just running this on. Okay. So here I just giving here my name is. So here I just got same. So I said my name is Sunya. I'm just giving this last name. So the next will cursor will go to the next name. My husband name is. So it will save with the 35. So 35 is printed here. So same way I'm using this percentages. Same the for percentages I just passing the name here. So it will be passed here. So and then percentage I passing the age here 34.6. So but here the integer value right D is passed here, not F. So I'm only 34 will be printed here. Okay. So second, I'm just printing the using format second format specificity. I'm just printing the value here. So second, the next I just printing 0.2F. I'm just giving. So after 0.1, 2 decimal points will be printed here. Okay, it will be round up here, and then 34.47 is printed. So and then I'm just giving the E here. It's exponent form, so it will be changes into exponent form and print. So and then I just giving a greater than 10 as this is denoted as space here. So this space we can equal Q and then the particular value is printed here. Okay. Same way, so same operations will be using in the next format. So here binary form by P will represent the binary format. Here the binary value is here. Okay. And then octet value, hexadecimal value, so capital hexadecimal value, capital exponent value, and percentage value here. So these are all the symbols which will be used for the particular one. Okay. So for command line arguments, we can use. So next one will be a command line arguments. For command line arguments, we are just giving some. We need to first for what I is it? First, we need to import a sys module, right? So we need to import this module here. After that, I'm going to get a value. Okay, A is equal to, and just get us. It will be the first string. Okay, so I'm just converting to integer and this using the sys dot argv variable. I'm going to get the first value here. Okay, and then in the b variable, I'm going to convert that the particular string value to integer, and then sys dot using argv the second two. I'm going to get a second value here. Okay. After that, I'm going to perform sum is equal to A plus B. And then I'm going to print addition sum. I just save it here. I'm going to open a command prompt. Here I am going to run the variable. Okay. Here I'm saving the name here. Sample dot py. So I need to give a sample dot py and just again pass a value here. Enter. Then dot actually administrator is not working in folder here. They're giving in the same folder. Okay, here it will pass, it will take the value and passes to here, and then it will add and will enter. It will do your result here. Okay, after 5 will show this. So this one I will show it in afternoon. Okay, in my laptop. Since here in C, access rights is blocked here. So this is so that's what we can use here. Okay, this is B is equal to system ARGB and B is equal to system ARGF2. Sum is equal. I'm going to add. So here I'm just in this particular program. I just convert here result. If you want to convert here, you can convert this one and I save it in a sum. And I'm going to print. So in the command mode, I'm going to print like a. I need to give a file name. After one space, I need to give a first variable name and then second variable name will be says value will be given after a second space. So I'm going to enter to solve here and then particular answer will be printed in a command line here. If I'm giving like as a file name dot percentage yes and percentage this, so here it will get the file name, which file name it will be stored here. Okay. So in the second command line, I'm going to give a file name and enter. So it will print the file name of the particular program here. Okay. So next one will be a handling file exceptions. So here before handling exceptions, we have a 3 types of errors available here. So one will be a syntax errors, and another will be a logical errors, and third one will be a runtime error here. So syntax errors will occur when we violate rules of a Python here. So for example, if we type follow with we miss some colon at the end of the follow or end of the if loop, in the time the syntax error will become. Okay. Same way if you are going to type print statement, the print will be given in a caps. Same the time syntax error will be given. Okay. So like if you have any collections of Python rules, same the time the syntax error will occur. The logical error will be nothing but a program executes here, but we can get an error. You do not get any error statement here. The program executes and you can get an result here. Okay. But if it will be an incorrect result, okay, so the result will not be correct here. So for some calculation part, we can need to draw, or you can if you didn't do the implementation correctly in a Python program, so that also may lead to a logical error here. Okay. The third type of error would be a runtime error. So this runtime error is synthetically specific. This also synthetically correct, but also still may cause some error given executed. So it will cause only at the runtime here. So we cannot know at the time of computing. So only at the runtime we can be able to do this type of errors here. Okay. So these type of runtime errors we can say the program we can say that particular these runtime errors we can call it as an exception. So to handle these runtime errors, it is runtime anomalies and unusual conditions. So okay, for Python program we have to encounter during the executions. So we are using an exception handling here. So for the meaning in an exception handling here. So here the standard exceptions names or a built-in identifiers. It's not a reserved word here. So exceptions is nothing but errors that occur during, as I said, right, during the execution of runtime after normal flow here. Okay, it will affect the normal flow of execution here. So the ensures the program if we are going to handle these exceptions, this will ensure that programs will run smoothly without providing any without affecting any the normal flow here. Okay. So if you have some type of exceptions with like the value error, type error, IO error, import error, zero division errors. Okay, so these are some of exceptions we have got. So value error means if we are just to get a value that is for a variable v, and we didn't get a integer value here. Okay, but user is typing a string value. Since that time, I'm just getting a value error. So that is value data type is not here values. Okay. And then if you have any zero division error means we are going to divide, try to divide a variable with a zero. That is try to divide a number with a zero. In that time, zero division error will be occurred. Okay. So if we have import error means if the particle model is not available in particular specified path. Okay. So in that time, import error will be occurred. Okay. So these are all the errors. Exceptions indicate. So like that, we have many exceptions available here. So these exceptions can be handled using a try and accept. Okay. So using try and accept, you can handle these exceptions. So in try block is executed first. Try block is executed first. Okay. If no exceptions are first, then except block is not skipped. Okay. The remaining part of the program will be executed. If the exception occurs in the expression of any statement in try block, then it will reset the rest of the statements in try block will be skipped. It will come out of the program here. If execution type matches, if we skip the first try block, and then if the execution type matches the execution name after the except keyword, then the particular except block will be executed. Then the execution continues after try statements. Okay. In that situation, the execution continues. So if the exception occurs, but it does not match the exception name in the exception block. So, okay, so if I'm just giving an except with block name zero division exception, but I'm getting in value error here. Okay, so but does not mismatch, right? So in that situation, it will be unhandled. It's found in the program. No exception handle is found in the program here. Then it is unhandled exceptions, and the program is terminated with an error message here. Okay. Here we can get an error message here. So these are so like this it will be handled here. So here in try and except block along will be there. So try is in try block we can give a critical operations which can raise an exceptions is placed inside the try block. Okay. So in for example, we are going to give a calculator here. Okay, calculator to create applications for a calculator. In that, with additions, subtractions, and multiplications, then no problem will be there. So, but in division, if you are going to try to divide by zero, that time it will be error become. So the particular part of coding alone we can give in a try block. Okay, others no need. So then, if users enter by mistake, we may be value as zero. For example, a and b value, a divided by b can take. Okay, so by mistake they enter the b value as zero. Okay, so in that time it will try problem throw an exceptions here. Okay. Then it will go to except block here. So this is a code that handles exceptions in except block. If we the critical portions which will arise the exceptions will be given in a try block. The code that handles the particular exceptions will be given in the except block here. Okay. So here syntax will be no try colon. Within that we can give statements, a block of statements which will execute, and then we can give except. We can give an exception name and colon, and within the we can give a statements here. Okay. So here we can give a multiple except classes also. So for single try statements, we can give multi exception one, excepts two. So for example, so for in a programs, I need to handle both exceptions like value error exception and also a zero division error. Okay. So and also I need to handle a keyboard interrupt error also. So before this, I'm going to use first try. Second accept keyboard except keyboard interrupt. Then is a third except value error, and next except we are going to give a zero division error. Okay. So under this, I'm just to give a statements to handle this one. See, and also I can able to do multiple exceptions. So I'm giving a try for a single try, I single except. Within the exceptions name, I just gave it value error, comma, zero division error, comma, keyboard. So those with using comma separations, I can give multiple exceptions in a single block solution. Okay. For this error, we can see some examples here. Here we can use except word with the else statements. Okay. So we have you can use else statements. I'm going to use try statement except block, and in this, I can give a else statement. If I'm using else here, okay, see, for try statement have no exceptions. Okay, if there is no exceptions, if it's running smoothly, then these statements will be worked here. Okay, if I import in the time except block will not work, it will be simple if I import some exceptions, then except block will be worked, else block will not be worked here. Okay, so that is if we have expression exceptions, that time else block will not be worked. The program is run smoothly without any exceptions, then else block will be worked here. Okay. See, that's what we can use syntax for a try and is given here. So that is all the if I am giving area in previous one, I'm just giving exception, right? Exception name I'm giving here. So here I'm just giving except. So without exceptions, it will practice all the exceptions. Okay. So, but we can't able to find the root cause of the particular problems. That is, it is a division or it could be a value or the root cause will not be found here, but it will work smoothly. It will catch all the exceptions, whatever exceptions it will comes under the statements in the try block will be catched in the except box and it will be give a print statements. Okay, exceptions are called. So if just but here the because what particular error either it is 0 to 7 value error, input error, or input output error, interrupt error, that we can able to find here. Okay, so so this is using else block that this is. So here I can also using a rising exceptions here. So this rising is generates a different specific error message tailored to the new. Okay. It will be given within the try statement. Within the try block, I'm going to write some exceptions. Okay, so that is specific error message tailored based on the program ID. I can write some exceptions here. Right? Exception name. Within that, I can be able to give some statement to a user here. Okay. So using exceptions, we can manage how a program responds to error and ensure its behavior predictability. Okay. So like so try within the try, I can use a rise exceptions here. Okay. So here, for example, for a try, I have given some number, I can raise a rise value error. If value error will be occurrence, it will be rise and exceptions here. So and also re-raise exceptions also possible here. So this re-raise exceptions will be is a rise and exception in a try block and give again rise command in the except block we get called as a re-raise exceptions. Okay. So first we are giving in the try block and then in the except block I want to give a rise command again. So that we can call it as a re-raise event. So here in a try block we need to give a rise except name exception. But in except block we just giving it just rise alone. Okay, we no need to give any exception name here. Okay. So that we can call it as a re-raise exception. Okay. And also exceptions also can be exceptions in invoked functions. In functions also we can able to give a function. We can invoke the exceptions here. Here I'm just giving a function, right? Operation functioning. I'm going to pass parameters. Within that I'm just giving a try statements here. Exception name. I'm just calling the particular function here. Okay. So within the function definitions, okay. So for example, here I'm going to call a division function. Okay, division I'm going to call a derivative function divide a comma b. Okay. So I just a comma b is passed argument passed to a parameter I just the value of a comma b and then I process there. So within the try block I can give the quotient is equal to if quotient equal to a divided by b. If there is a b value is a 0, so I just starting the b value is a 0, then in that time try block will throw an exceptions. In except block I am just giving except 0 division error. Then this will handle the particular error. Okay. So like that we can also use exceptions in the invoked functions. In the normal program also we can also use the exception invoked functions. Okay. Same we can also give a exception in a with function call. So I'm just giving a try statement. Within the try statements, I'm just going to call a function here. Yeah, in the function, and then I'm going to exception exception here. So the statement here. If I'm giving here, I'm just going to pass a parameter divide at 0. Here also I'm just get the exception name is divide by 0 division error. Okay. So here it will be Here itself. So before passing a value, here itself I got the value here. So if that is value is 0, saying that it will go to except block, it will not go to the function definition. Yeah. Here go to except and think that you can't divide a number by 0 here. Okay. So like that we can do the exceptions anywhere. If you want to create a user-defined functions here, okay. So some built-in functions are available, or we can say exception, okay, stop iteration, system exit, standard error, arithmetic error, overflow error, floating point error, zero division error, assertion error, attribute error, end of file error, POF error, import error, keyboard interrupter, lookup error, index error, key error, name error, value error. So these are some of the things that are involved with part of the built-in functions. These are not built-in, but built-in exceptions. Okay. So as I already said, so these are exceptions or names or built-in identifier. It's not a reserved keyword. Okay. So there's exception, overflow error. So these are not a keyword. There is one thing here. I am building identifier for a standard exceptions here. Okay. So I go here and see that's error. Okay. So value error, runtime error. So many exceptions are available here. So we can use the built-in exceptions if you want the exceptions for your problem based on your problem statements, find data something exceptions. Okay. So for that particular problem, I can able to create a user-defined exceptions also. Okay. So we can create one exceptions by creating new exception class. Here we need to create a new exception class. So new exception class can be derived from a base class exceptions. Okay. Now that base class will be predefined if I complete. So what is the which exceptions we can predefine here? That from the predefined exceptions, I am going to derive a derived class here. So that particular derived class will be in the particular case, we can create a exceptions here. Okay. So here first name is class and it is the class name here. Here I am going to pass an exception. Okay, for the exception here. Then the statement which I need, and then I put in the try. I'm going to the statement except I'm going to here. Here I'm going to give a instead of giving exception name, I'm going to give a class name. Okay, as I'm going to create as an object name here. So using that object, I can able to bring the value here. Okay, then like that we can create an certain exceptions here. We can also see some examples for all the exceptions here. Okay. So we can finally test the used for cleanup actions here. Here, the executor is respective of whether exceptions are up or down. That is, if I already is a try. So within the try and except block, we can use a else class or finally class. If you are using a else class, particular try block is does not have any exceptions around the particular else block will be working here. But it's finally class. Okay, yes, if people have exceptions. Okay. If you have exceptions or without exceptions, the compulsory the financial block will be executed here. Okay. So it will execute irrespective of the whether an acceptance up or not. Okay. So here I'm going to try statements. You can also include except statement and then finally statements. Okay. We can just run some examples and see it here. So I'm going to start the try block. Okay. Here I'm going to put equal to int input of I'm getting enter a number here from a user. Okay. Enter a 60. Okay. And then I'm going to print into power of. Okay, so double star is exponent, right? So we can give a square. Okay, so I'm going to give a x and together colon say I'm going to enter a number 8. Sorry, I was mistakenly select that, right? I just giving a instruction num, I'm just giving a because we can call that a syntax error. Name error is a sense position. So 4 over 2, right? 4 4 16 will be entered here. So next time I'm going to come to then mistakenly I just giving a value as a here. So okay, since it's a value here, I need to give a user is asked to enter a number. Okay, I'm here trying to enter a. The first time I'm just correctly enter a number, so that there is no exceptions. Okay, so the try block will be through the smoothly. In the second time, I'm just enter a character here instead of integer value. I'm just giving a string value here. So A. So then you can see since I get just getting integer value here, then it exception would be after the value here as instead of before I'm giving a array. So a value exceptions would be arrays. So it will go by except value arrays there. In that one I'm just giving a please check the value enter type. So that will be printed. Okay. So without any error message, it will give a user a command. Okay, this we get what as an exception handling here. Okay. We can see some other examples with the is we are going to go else drop on along with this one. In statements, brand execute me. Okay. Then just say then that's one. So here I just to give one number 8. I get the 8 power 64 and then program executes smoothly. So here the exit block is not working. Okay. Here child block that is no error here. I'm just giving a correct value. That is the value error here. So child block is executed correctly. There is no exception. So the else block is also working. In the else block, I'm just giving a program executes completely. So for example, if I'm going to give some error here. I'm just giving a very clear. Okay. So here in the time what happened? Its else block is not working. Okay, but except block is working here. Okay. So that I'm instead of giving feature value, I'm just giving a string value. So except block by exception is not here, but except block is okay. If I'm getting the finally around this one. So here I'm just using. Give me time. Okay. I'm just going to save here. Okay. And then I'm going to run here. I'm just giving him the input 9 be able to and program executes smoothly and thank you is also working. Here except block, there is no exception, except block is not working. Okay. So else block is working. So else block going, else block and PVP program executes smoothly. And then find feedback, I am just giving here. Thank you message. If I'm going to run. Instead of number I'm just giving. So in the time what happened, exception is thrown here. Okay. So except block is working, else block is not working. In that time also while the block is working. So as I already said, right? If there is exceptions available or not available, both of them we can what happened. So we can get a final block over here. Okay. So you can see here multiple exceptions we have further. So in here, so we can use multiple except, right? So first one except is a bank press, second except I'm just giving zero division error. In that one, I'm just giving an denominator cannot be zero here. Okay. Denominator cannot be zero. Okay. So for that, I'm taking the pass, right? Here I'm just getting value. So numerator, I'm saying denominator and just denominator equal to giving the same enter rate that here I'm just going to enter the user is to be entered denominator. Okay. And then I'm going to perform quotient equal to numerator by denominator video. It's then just giving so here I division. Okay. That's classic preview. So I'm just saving. Okay. And then run that modifier. So first I'm going to give the numerator is 8 and denominator is B. Okay. Here I'm just giving a division 4.66 values and then the program is executed correctly. Okay. So I'm just giving a value is integer alone, so there is no value error is for here. And then we go after that it give the 0 here, so 0 division error also not possible. So except block 4, the except block will not work here. Okay. So then else block will work here, so program executes smoothly. So it works there and also finally block will be executed. Thank you. I'm going to run a program. Okay. So that here I'm going to name address for 1, data address 0. See that type. So I'm just giving a 0 division error problem will be upon, right? So the particular block, it will go to a particular exception block here. Okay. So here I'm just giving a 0 try to try here, say exception block. So if you check where the 0 division error will occur. So here 0 division error is given. So this in the exception block, I'm just giving a denominator energy 0, so it will be print. Since exception is awkward, this block will not be working here. But finally block will work, so you will give a thank you message. If I'm going to give a value error here, where there is a value error. Inside, I just I think the value right. So if that one is invalid error will be occur, right? So if I need to give a both the value error, then it will be given in the try statement here. If I give any try statement, okay. So here is the value is first, right? So if I'm giving within a try statement, I can able to get an exception. So otherwise, it will get an error message here. So numerator 3, denominator 8. In the time, an exception will occur. Okay. If you give the program which you will give an exception, it will be given within the try block here. Okay. So here I'm just giving a the denominator value is A. So then it will produce a value error. It will check where the exception will be the exception is value error. And then it go to the particular block and then last that please check the value entered here. Okay. Okay. So this is a multiple except block here. So I am close to go to the one in a single block. So here I'm just going to give a more after value of 0. So in that time, so you can go to us since all the exceptions are handled in a multiple expressions are handled in an except block space. So in that time also it will go to the same block and will give a please check the value entered. And else block will be not working and final block will be working again. So it will be able to give a except value error also same. Okay. I'm giving since first value is separate, so it will check, it will go to the except block and they say value error. Okay, so it will go to the here and then it will go please check the value entered here. If I'm not giving any exception value here. And okay, so 4 numerator and denominator 0. Okay. So in that time also, except block already I just said, right? Except block catch all the exceptions. We are not giving any exception catches. So the root cause of the particular problem is not known since we have a value, it maybe have a value error, or it maybe have a division by zero error. It's anything, okay. But user in this giving the please check the value and okay. So there's no whether I'm giving which one is correct. This where the particular error comes. not known by exactly. Okay, same thing here I'm going to run and give us some value error here. So if we are giving Excel block and Excel block with multiple exceptions here, so if you throw an Excel with the handle, it is the same Excel block. Okay. I think we can cover all the exceptions. User different exceptions alone, so we indicate. Pricing exceptions is very important. Nice. Then go to Canada. Please. Then just to tell about it. If I try and errors, their branch errors, and then you can go to the Excel book. If I'm going to use variable. Thing that also got what happens, whatever variable rise and value error here, and then if you go to the Excel block, okay, enter, please check your value, you enter. Okay. Done. I'm going to give it the correct way. And to back. Here down. So in the time also it will go to the so rise command will be just post API automatically actually rise exceptions. This should what happen is forcefully rise here. So this here it's only if you have giving it yes, it can be this option. Okay, it is here for enough for input. So last here exception they go with the user defined functions. Yeah, saying I'm in the function here. Okay. So for function definitions, we are what we are going to say there. Okay. We are going to just using the module. See here I'm just passing in operator comma denominator this colon. If in the time we search try try. Okay. If we get table, this is try block. Try block. portion is better by denominator. Okay. On the print, you can clear it. Then I need to divide the set block with the function itself. And then here I'm giving us sorry divided with 0 and I'm going to take here 0 relation. Okay, 0 relation here and expand here. And then I use please. You want if okay, you can give it the right. You can't divide a number by 0 here. Okay, and then I'm going to get a value from user, and then I'm going to call a function div. I'm going to pass an argument num comma deno. Okay, so everything correct, right? Okay, you can run and see. Okay, so here I ask you to enter 4. I'm just giving you number as 5. So if you give a division value here. Okay, if I'm going to try to give a 0 in denominator, 5 divided by 0 if I'm giving, you can't divide a number by 0 otherwise. Okay. So you can also give giving within the function also. So function also we can give here. Okay. So next we can give it within the calling function. Okay, we can try and give it in calling function. Try block. So number we are going to give, right? So after getting the number, it is before calling we are going to use, okay. Try colon deno. Okay, then except block, right? At that except block here. Except 0 division error. Okay. So within that same print statement will give. So here I'm just trying it in. Okay. Okay, I just here calling a function deno, just getting user for your input from a user and calling the function by passing the parameter num comma deno. Okay. So after that, I'm just after calling this will be given in a try block. If I have passing the value as 0 here itself, okay, then it will call here itself the error message will be error. So in that time, I'm just passing the value in the definition only. Can I able to handle the exceptions here? Okay, here in the calling function itself, we're able to find. So here I'm just giving you numerator is right. Denominator is 5. I'm getting the answer here. Okay. If I'm going to try to find numerator as 7 and denominator is 0. Okay. So and then here itself actually before going to work function definition. Okay. Here itself the function will be encounter and value as 0 power 0 input value 0 and it will call it will found an exceptions and it will call a 0 division error here itself. Okay. So here itself it will not go to the function definitions here.
So this we can call as a function invoked. We can also use this function in the invoked function. So next class will be a user defined function. Here you can see some one. Okay. Actually, in user definition instance, we can need to know class concepts. Okay, so here using for class concepts, we need to class and we need to give a exceptions here. Just running one more thing for you. So here I am going to give a class, going to create a class. Okay, here I am just giving a name as my error, class name is my error. Okay, so in that I'm just getting an exception. Create a connection name exception. Okay, here I am going to call a definition init. Okay, init double underscore, that is double underscore init. This is any place. Okay, double underscore. So here in the init we can go to pass a two variables self, comma, var. Okay, here what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the self dot var equal to, we are going to get a value here. Okay, and then next function saying str from your windows str. You can use a self. Okay, passing self around here. Since that I'm going to return. So that we didn't return any statement, right? Okay, return here some functional representative. Okay, RDPR of self. These are all already built-in functions. Okay, now self dot var here. So after creating the exception class, I'm going to use a try block. Just rise my error of 10 here. Okay, except my error as e colon print user define exception generated value. Okay, so I'm going to get a value as e dot val. So I'm going to save this exception. Okay, run that module. Okay, you can get a user defined exception generated with the value 10. 10 will be passed here. Okay, you can raise an error message here. So that error message will be passed here. Okay, So here we are just creating, as I just said, we need to create a class, okay, class with class in. So here I'm going to pass a predefined user-defined functions. We need to pass a predefined sections here. So I'm just passing the exception. Within that, I'm just calling two definitions here. Only two divides init functions with the self, with the parameter self from a val, and string parameter with the self here. Okay. So using this, I'm just creating a error message. Okay. So here I'm just going to so take the value as a value. We're just passing the value here, right? This value is saved in a self-value here. Okay. So here, that particular string what happens, that self value will be called here. So it will return return by calling the self value function. Okay. If self value here, my error, I just passing 10 value, the 10 value is stored here. Okay. So those 10 value will be returned here. Okay, so I'm just getting any error messages, user defined exceptions generated with the value 10. Okay, so this we can call it as a user defined exceptions. So we can see some more examples for file concepts. Okay. So this all about exceptions, errors, and exceptions handling here. Since we have seen only few examples in our file conflicts, we can see some more examples along for file handling. Okay. So exceptions here, exceptions is nothing but that's all about. Okay, we can read some examples of file handling. So we can also using OS commands, OS module, we can rename a particular files. Okay, so here we just see for this one. We can use the OS. Those modules we can see in the afternoon class. Okay, afternoon class we can cover afternoon session. Afternoon session we can cover models, packages, and introduction to game. Okay. So that I can say what's a module here. Okay, that means here I just imported as a modules, OS modules for operating system. Okay, see this module have functions related to as various methods that can be used to perform a file processing operations. Okay, like renaming, deleting files. Okay, those file operations can be those file functions, file processing functions can be written in a OS module. Okay, here just I am going to import OS here. So OS dot rename test. So I'm going to give it in test dot txt course for example dot txt. Okay. So here I'm just giving already we have a test.txt files. We just having, right? So you have a test file, right? It's closing here. So it's saving here. So test, already we have a test.txt here. I'm just going to rename with the example.txt here. Okay. So after that, I'm just want to print only a file rename. Okay. File. Rename. And just saving here. Okay. Going to run that particular module. So file, I'm just getting that file as a file rename. Okay. Here the test file is renamed as a example here. Okay. Same if I already have a file name called T1. Okay, I'm going to remove the particular file here. Okay. So for that, I'm just using a remove command. And for this also, I need to import a OS. From that OS model, I'm going to use a remove command. Okay. Remove. I'm going to remove a file name called T1, right? So I'm giving a T1.txt. So here I am just giving file remove. So here T1 is there, so T1.txt is done. So I just save it and run the particular one. So file removed here. Okay. Here the particular file T1 is not available here, right? So here the file T1 is removed here. So now we can see some copy of file format. Okay. So we have just open. Okay, we have file 1 is equal to, I'm going to open a file called example, right? Now I'm just rename as test as example. So in that example, I have a content this one. Okay. And then test 1, I have no content, right? So I just going to write it here. Okay. So example dot txt, comma, read mode. I'm just closing here. And then for F2 is equal to open. Okay, I open the test1 dot txt, comma, in right. Okay. So first I'm going to open an example.txt in read mode. And then second, I'm just opening a second for file called text file called test1 txt in write mode. Okay. So here I'm just going to use for loop for line in file 1. Okay. F1. I'm going to F2 dot. I'm going to write write str of so just writing right out. Okay, just line and would write here. Okay. And then I need to close the function, right? I need to open and then I'm to file 1 dot close. and then file 2 dot close. So I'm just giving print file copied. Okay. Say it will run and see what is output here. So I just get a file copied. You can see whether it's copied or not as last one. So we have file content here, example, and copied, right? So we have example here, and the example file, example txt is open in the read mode. So examples, I just open this file in a read mode. In this file contains file is a collection of data stores on secondary device and text file and binary file. So, and then second file F2, I just open it at test2. So test1.txt in write mode. Okay. So and then what I just do is for using for loop, what happen is I'm just reading a line from a for loop. Okay. From each line I'm just writing and then writing into a F2. So file object first will contain a file called test1.txt. So I'm just writing. After writing, I just print the file is copied here. So and then I'm just closing to the files. Okay. So this is a file copy function here. You're copying a file from one file to another here. So we can see one more example, okay, using file concepts. So we can see we take, okay, one is a question text and another one is a it contains a file. Okay, first one we can create a read mode. Okay. Okay, same for the same mode you can use it. So both the content we can use it in a read mode. Okay. And then we can use we are going to read a question from the file. Okay, so question is equal to cf1 dot read. Okay, and then lines. Okay, question lines. And then we can split using questions. Okay, read the question, right? Questions I can just excuse dot split of next line. So that's an question is split here. Okay. And then for lines. Okay, for line in question. Yes, okay. Instead of that, 2 lines I just give. Two lines. Okay. So I just print lines around. Okay. I'm going to print here. Okay, print line here. Next, I'm going to open a answer file is equal to f2 dot read. Okay, f2 dot read, and then a lines equal to answer dot split dot slash n. Okay, and then print. Okay, print current answers. Correct answer. Okay. After that, I'm going to using for loop for line in a lines colon print lines here. Okay, print line, and then you can close. Okay. So first open first for example, and then DST. Do also in train mode. Okay, question. So that if you want, you can rename that. Okay, using rename command, can rename that. Okay, open is a text. This is a question in text mode. This also is, and then I'm going to read the first read, and you can save it in a question, and then I'm going to split with the question split. You can question we can split using a slash n. Okay, next line operator. So and then few lines. Then we I'm going to print few lines here. Okay. So and then I'm going to read a second file and just like this. So here I'm just going to write some question here. Okay. Let's start this one. You can write. How many types of file supported in Python? Option 1, 2, option 2, 3, option 3, and then option 3 can say many. Okay. I'm just saving here. Okay, and then test I is giving answers 1. Save. So what happened? We will check. Okay, I'm just going to run here. Okay, so I'm just getting us how many in first line. I'm just reading in how many types of files supported in Python. Okay, so in that I'm just giving first one option 1 2, option 2 3, option 3 many. So and then from the second answers, I'm just giving a correct answer as 1 here. Okay. So like that, you can also prepare some questions also. Okay. So here instead of 2, we can give AW2 so that you can clearly show that. Okay. So now we can run save and run. Okay, so how many types of files are put in Python? 2, 3, and many. So the correct answer will be 1. So here by just saving your first questions in the example text file here. Okay, and then answers in a correct answer. Correct answers will be saved in a test1 text. Okay, so I'm just first I open the text example text, the questions available in example text in a read mode. So and with an object name, a file object as F1, and then second answers, correct answers in a text1 txt. That also I just open in a read mode. Okay, and open in with the file object F2, and then I'm just reading the file one and save the content in a questions, and then split based on the next line. I just split. Okay. And then I'm going to read a line and print each and every line here. Okay. So I'll just read the first line, how many types of support in Pythons, and then printer. And then second line, I'm just going to enter option 1, option 2, option 3. Okay. And then there is no line, only 2 lines are available. Yes, it's printed. So and then if it comes to a second one, so for the second file object will be a F2. So F2 with a read here. Okay. And that will be saving an answer here. And then I'm going to split with the next line character. So for however 2 line, okay, only 1 line will be available here. So that will be using for loop. I just print the value as 1 here. So after that, I just closing the function. So for first for example of txt it's closed, and F2 test2.txt is in read mode is also closed here. Okay. So actually, before closing, okay, I just recall what are the topics we can see in here. So first we can start with the file for finding concepts. The file is nothing but a collection of it was the data store data in a secondary storage device, collection of data stored which is in a secondary device storage device like hard disk. It also supports the 2 types of files, that one is a text files and another is a binary files. So text fields contain streams of characters, and binary files contains any type of data encoded in a binary form, right? So here we can see some text file concepts around here. So first we can see some functions like built-in functions like open and closing files. So this open and closing files will return some file objects here. Okay, return file objects, and then this file object is used for all operations here. So for that we just see the syntax and how to open. We can see some programs to open and closing a files, right? So and also file close is used to free up any system resources here. Those file open and close functions we can see hands-on, right? With some examples. And also in file open, it will open a text file with some modes. If we didn't give any modes, it will open in default with the read mode. Okay. If we give some modes, like some modes we can see as read mode, write mode, and open mode. So those modes also will be can use in the combinations of binary mode, right? Or B, will be and AB. And also this mode, single mode will act as both read and write, right? So using a plus operator. So those we can see here. And for reading, we can see some functions like built-in functions like read function, read line, okay, and then read lines. So read and also in read character, we can read only specific characters by passing some string parameters to the particular read function, read function. So same way we can use have a write function with a write function and write lines. So write function is used to write all the content into a particular file, and write lines is used to pass a list value, and this value will be written in a particular file. Okay. So and then open mode also we can see. So we can open open mode and we can use a write function around here. And also we some using with open function with viewer with, so that we can no need to close a particular file here using over with statements, since resource leakage is also not available in with statement here. And also we can see some command line, or we can use some split functions, right? Using split functions, we can how to use a split a particular board here. The default will be a space, and if we can use any functions, we can use to split the function, split a board here. And we can see a format specifier. This is used to give a output in a figure in a more good manner. If we want to produce our output, so we can use a format specifier. So that we can 4 types we can give, right? So using using percentages, and then using within double quotation colon specifier dot format operator, format of calling format function, or we can use within the curly braces variable name colon for specifier, right? So these four types we can use in a format specifier, we can see. And then we can see about the command line arguments. Command line arguments, we can have in command line arguments, we using it will be handled using a sys module. So sys module must be imported in the program here, and we are using to get up arguments from a command line command from using argv. So in argv, list will start with the number 0. Okay, so first 0 will be indexing using a indicating a Python file, and next will be indicating arguments. So we are running the particular program in the command line by giving a file name, and then we keep passing arguments here. Okay. Same way, we can run the particular program and get the output in the same command prompt itself. Okay. And then we can see about exception handling. Exception handling is before exception, we can see three types of errors, right? Syntax error, logical error, and runtime error. Those runtime errors we can call as an exception, and how to handle exception using try and except block, and how different ways we can use a try and except block we can see, and also we can see try except block with else, and finally, right? At last, we can also see how you can create a user defined exceptions. Okay. This will cover your first part. So in afternoon, we can sessions we can cover your modules, packages, and introduction to Python. Okay. Okay, thank you all. If you have any questions, you can share. Any doubts or any questions? Participants, you have any doubts or any questions? Or if you are the concepts which we covered here. If you have any questions, you can post it in your chat box, and you can unmute and ask your questions. I think you have no questions. We can end up. I'm Rina Jordan. Okay.
Suganya ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, thank you so much for your wonderful session, ma'am. You
Thank
can
you, ma'am.
continue afternoon session by 2 p.m. ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.